giving, feeling, with just one touch of a strong right hand. Ronnie James Dio was the rare metal lyricist and vocalist who sounded as sexy as he thought he did. Although physically kind of looked like a bad Cher impersonator. But any 5'4" man who can sing like that is definitely a short king. Welcome to Daily Metal, where every day a different metal album gets dissected for your sadistic listening pleasure. I'm the heavy metal lawyer Emma, and in this show I'll talk about why the music in these albums is so good and where they fall in the history of music's most wretched genre. On August 4th, 1975, one of the founders of metal, Rainbow, was born with their album Ritchie Blackmore's Rainbow. But the birth of Rainbow had actually taken place over about 2 years. Turn back the clock to 1973 and to the perpetually dissatisfied guitarist of Deep Purple, Ritchie Blackmore. Not content with already having written some of the most famous rock songs of all time and laying the groundwork for the genre of metal itself, Blackmore was annoyed because his bandmates did not want to record 2 songs written by a friend of his, Steve Hammond of the folk rock band Fat Mattress. Never one to take no for an answer, Blackmore turned to a band that had regularly opened for Deep Purple named Elf. Blackmore had thought about doing a solo album, but after he recorded these 2 Steve Hammond penned tracks with Elf, titled Black Sheep of the Family and 16th Century Greensleeves, he decided that a collaboration might be better, particularly after being impressed by the band's vocalist, none other than Ronnie James Dio. So the band was christened Rainbow, though the self-titled debut does have the Ritchie Blackmores appended to the title because, yeah, homie was a bit of a diva. Apparently, Dio had a problem with this, which doesn't surprise me given that he was also a bit of a diva. And because of that, this original lineup of Rainbow only lasted for 1 album, after which Ritchie Blackmore fired the rest of the backing band, and Dio only lasted in Rainbow for 3 albums, leaving the band in 1978 when Blackmore said he wanted to move away from the fantasy themes of the band, and Dio did not. Which I gotta side with Dio here. The band is called Rainbow. That's a fantasy band if there ever has been one. Anyways, on to the music itself. The album isn't so much proto-metal in the way that Deep Purple was, as it is half metal, half not metal. You have Black Sheep of the Family, which sounds like Creedence Clearwater Revival. You have Catch the Rainbow, which could be a B-side from Dark Side of the Moon. You have The Temple of the King, which is straight up Arcadian folk music. You have If You Don't Like Rock and Roll, which could easily be a Little Richard song. And finally, you have Man on the Silver Mountain, Self-Portrait, Snake Charmer, 16th Century Greensleeves, and Still I'm Sad, with that 70s, 1 foot still in hard rock metal sound. Unifying it all, sorry Ritchie, it wasn't your guitar, is Dio's iconic voice, which I can imagine at the time did not have strong associations with metal, but for me listening to it as someone who listened to Dio before I listened to Rainbow, I can't help but think all of these songs have metal vocals. And I'm not trying to diss Ritchie here. Holy shit, is the guitar awesome in the song Still I'm Sad. Just really a great guitar track through and through, in addition to great guitar parts in all of the other songs. But Ritchie could put his name on the album cover, and people still look at this album today and they're like, oh yeah, Dio. Poor Ritchie. But hey man, you'll always have smoke on the water. So, do you agree that Dio created the iconic original sound of Rainbow more than Blackmore did? Let me know in the comments, and if you like this video, please subscribe so you can find out what the metal album of the day is, why it is so brutal, and where it fits in the history of the genre.